Hello, everyone, and welcome to the channel. Welcome to the Conservative Poet, and my name is Amanya. And today, friends, I just want to say thanks for watching, joining, subscribing. I want to just get that out of the way. So today, we are talking about the legislative delegation. They came here around mid-January. January 12th is the exact date. And I attended that meeting, and I am posting it late because I was suspended from YouTube, and I just had so much going on. But I am finally getting to that video, and I want to share it. So, if you are interested in seeing what happened with the delegation meeting, please stay tuned. So that meeting had been on my calendar for about 2 weeks, and I signed up. I didn't want to speak, but I signed up as part of the Pine Hills Republican Women. And again, I did not want to speak. And the morning of that meeting, the meeting was scheduled to start at 2 o'clock. That morning, the Spirit took over me and said, "You're going to have to speak." And I struggled, and I said, "No, I don't want to, but you can't outwin God, can you?" So he won. And so he gave me title, and I wrote my speech in about 10-15 minutes, practiced it in front of myself, the camera, as I do right now. And I had it down. I carried my tablet with me so I could, read it, so I didn't mess up. So it turned out good. So I'm going to play that clip, and I'm also going to play, I'm going to play a couple of other clips from everybody else's speeches. And so I just wanted to say, in reference to everyone, and here is the list of people that went on to speak. We have here 42, 87, 93, and then I have 93 on this list, okay? And then they had where the time was cut off and nobody could sign up again, so they added additional people, and they pushed the meeting back, I think like an hour at least, to have the rest of those people come and speak. So this thing was very, very long, and everybody did have 3 minutes, and some of them had questions for us after we gave our spiel. The most activity, I would say, from them were peoples from the arts. And now, I had 2 papers like this where I was taking notes on one, and then this one. And so, of course, now that I'm flimling this video, I can't find it. It's been a few weeks. So, but in my other notes, we have so many people from the arts, and everybody that was out there was like this: "Please don't forget us during this session. We need money. Where's my hand? We need money. We need money," begging. Where's my, oh God, help me with this camera. "We need money. Give us money. Give us money. We need money. Give us money." So everybody was begging. Okay. And then you had the people on the other side who were saying, "We have a problem in the schools. We have a problem with inflation. We have a problem with the supply chain. We have a problem with gas prices. We have a problem with boys and girls bathrooms. We have a problem with people dying from the COVID jab. We have a problem with oh my God, I can't even think anymore." But those were the subjects that were up there, and that's what we were talking about. But on the other side, they were just there asking for money, for arts and more arts and more arts and more arts and, can you guess? More arts. Of all the people on this list, I'm going to say over half the people on this list is people that were begging for money for the arts. Yeah. So we're going to keep moving. And so I'm going to play a couple of clips from the people talking, and then I'm going to play maybe a little bit of the responses from the legislatures, and we're going to see how this video goes. So let's go. So I decided it would be so much more fun if I reacted to the videos and to the people talking, because yeah, it'll be more fun. So let us do that.
Will you bow with me? Father, before we ask you for anything, we say thank you for everything. Thank you for allowing us, the Orange County Legislative Delegation, this group of humble leaders and servants, to gather. Thank you for allowing us to serve on behalf of the least of these, the downtrodden, and those who cannot speak for themselves. Thank you for the elected officials, the people who are here to listen, and those who are here to speak. Thank you for the work that will be done today and the work that will be done in Tallahassee. Open the eyes of our hearts to listen, engage, and reflect. Now, Lord, purge this place of anything that is not like you. We make way for you to enter at this moment. And now, O Lord, we have invoked you. We want to provoke you. Let this be a moment of change and not chance. Be with us as we effect change. Consecrate us to be the mouthpieces of our district. Be with us in Tallahassee as we engage in bipartisan leadership. And be with us today. Now, may the words of our mouth and the meditation of our hearts be acceptable in thy sight. O Lord, our strength and our Redeemer. Amen.
I find it interesting that the daughter of a preacher, the great-granddaughter of a preacher, the wife of a preacher, would begin a prayer in that way, where it doesn't start with Our Father who art in heaven, or you just simply bow your heads with me. And then I find it interesting how the prayer is closed, is that it doesn't say, in Jesus' name we pray, amen, just amen. I'm just saying, with somebody with such roots in the Christian community, you would think they would know that. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying.
Again, I'd like to welcome everyone here. We're interested in understanding what your needs and your concerns are before the legislature convenes. We convene in March, and so it is custom to invite our community members to make us aware of what it is that you'd like us to prioritize as we go to Tallahassee. I represent Senate District 15, which is West Orange County, and includes the cities of Winter Garden, Apopka, the Dr. Phillips area, Eatonville, Pine Hill.
She represents Eatonville. That's one of the ones we're going to be focusing on. Eatonville. No wonder it's such a fail. I'm just saying. It is.
The West Orange County area. I have served in the Florida House and the Florida Senate. I am starting my second tour of duty in the Florida Senate. And so I have had an opportunity to meet many of you who are here, and I'd like you to meet personally the members of the delegation. So I'd like to ask them to introduce themselves, tell us about your district, some of the things that you'll be working on. And so we'll start to
even though this part is going to be long, but I think I'm going to take all of them only because it really tells us who they are as we move through this whole cycle, because I am going to be going to Tallahassee a lot, and I want to be able to go back to this where they talk about who they are and what they stand for and the things that's coming in the future. So it's going to probably be a very long part of this video, but I do want to record this part with you guys. So we're going to take this too, as they all go and introduce themselves and let us know who and where they represent in this in our area.
My right, and work our way down. Representative.
Good morning. I'm Representative Johanna Lopez.
Just a quick side note, Johanna Lopez, she was on school board. She I guess she's moved up, and they have a new school board member, which I talked about her when I did our school board meeting, when we did our visit to the school board a couple of weeks ago, when they installed Alicia Ferrant, the only conservative on that school board. And so she was one of the seats that was replaced, and she is very, very, very liberal and very, very Democrat. And she is all about the transgenders and LGBTQ, X, Y, and Z. I've got some pictures of her at functions and so on. So from what I understand, they moved her on up and they pulled another one, a much younger one, same setup, very radical. All this one is a LGBT person, her own self. So, and she's a young girl too. I can't think of her name at this very moment. But yeah, just side notes on who these people are from what I know.
Present District 43. I am very honored to be here, surrounded by so many high qualified representatives from Orange County and senators as well. So I'm working in leadership with my students. I recently have my office. I'm trying to communicate the decisions that we made in Tallahassee in Spanish as well, because I have a high population of Spanish speakers in my district. So I think that is very important for them to understand what is happening in Tallahassee about our decisions. So, you know, one of my goals is to do the videos not only in English but also in Spanish, and educate them, you know, different ways of communicating with us, not only here in the district but also in Tallahassee, how to advocate for initiatives and you know, for issues that they think is affecting the district. And also one of my goals is to educate them in the different ways of communicating, not only through emails but also through roundtables, and feel comfortable to speak Spanish, you know, because this is another language, and sometimes the language barrier do not allow my constituents that are Spanish speakers to express the way they feel. They don't feel comfortable, and they don't feel that sometimes they are not engaging in those type of advocacy. So I'm trying my best to continue what I started as a school board member, so they feel comfortable and find ways so they can engage more and participate more and be more united in my district. But at this point, it's just educating and developing leadership between youth.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm State Representative Susan Placencia. I represent District 37. So District 37 in Orange County is all the way from Colonial and Cimarron, Full Sail to UCF, over to Lake Pickett as we get to the Seminole County line. My office is here to help anyone that needs help or has a concern, an issue. My district aide is Daniel Elliott. He's right here. And my legislative aide is Victor Martinez. He's right here. please come speak with them anytime during this meeting or afterwards, and they will be happy to connect us together. My office is located on Aloma and Goldenrod, so hopefully it's a central area for everyone in my district, and I look forward to hearing the concerns of the community today. Thank you.
Just a quick one on our Representative Placencia. I was in Tallahassee last week, and I was there for the House Bill 1, which is the school choice bill. And this lovely lady, I believe she co-sponsored the bill, or she was the co-person on that bill with Representative Tuck. So I did get a chance to see her in action in Tallahassee just last week. So it's just another side note.
Good morning. Thank you, Ms. Speaker. And it's good to serve. My name is Doug Bankston, and I serve the District of 39. We go from Mount Dora all the way to Markham Woods. We go down through Longwood, Lockhart, and down to Winter Garden, Groveland, and all the way back up to my beloved of Hopko, which I've served the last 6 years with Mayor Nelson. And it's just a great opportunity to serve the people and to work together. I believe we're going to accomplish some great things in this term. And so I thank you for the opportunity.
Good morning. My name is Carolina Amnesty, and I represent District 45, which starts in Oakland all the way to Osceola County, Kissimmee, and a bit of Davenport. I am excited to be here. This is actually my first term serving. I love our community. I love people before politics, and it's just an honor. I believe that education is truly the key to a successful society and community. So I am simply here to serve by district aid. And my ally is here with us, Victoria Estrada. So if you need anything that can really bring and uplift our communities, and if I can serve in any way, please do not hesitate to contact me. I am simply here to serve our community. So thank you.
More side notes. Both Carolina Amnesty and Doug Bankston were two of the representatives that we were on the ground with working for during this election. And so our organization, the Florida Republican Assembly, we endorsed both of them and a couple of other people from different places, but these two got in, and we're so grateful and so honored that we were able to work on their campaign. It was an awesome campaign. Both of them, Doug Bankston and Carolina Amnesty, and they're both also on the school education, because Carolina Amnesty, I believe she runs a school and she's involved with education, and so her and both Doug Bankston are on the committee that we went to see in Tallahassee last week for the school choice bill. So they were both on that committee. So it was good to see them there in action as well. So I got a lot of side notes, right?
And Ken, I forgot to introduce my aides, and it is Nicole and Crystal. They're right down here, and we will be ready to serve you.
Thank you. And I'd like to introduce our next speaker, who is the pro tempore of the Florida Senate, President pro tempore. And he and I served in the House together, and now we're serving in the Senate together. And this is the Honorable Dennis Baxley.
Thank you. Is this working? All right. Senator Thompson just made my life easy. I do serve at the present time Lake County and whole, and also West Orange has brought me to this delegation and these familiar faces and some new faces to the legislature. So I have been serving. I started in the legislature in 2000, so I've had a couple of different tours in the Florida House and then a couple of tours over in the Senate. So thank you for leading us today, Senator. You've always been a handout towards me when we represent people from many different walks of life and different types of Florida. It's really what makes policy world so fascinating in Florida. Is they're from all over. My wife's French Canadian, and I'm fifth generation Florida cracker, I guess. I grew orange trees, and so the life experience over the last 70 years to see what Florida can be and do and what it can be as a place where everyone can prosper is a broad goal of mine. And thank you for providing us some leadership today, and thank you for letting me join you.
Thank you. Somehow, we did not hear from Representative Bruce Antone. So we'll just go back and then we'll continue.
All right, good morning. Thank you, Madam Chairman. I'm Bruce Antone. I represent.
He is actually my representative. And quick story, I met him when I went to Tallahassee in January, early January, for the inauguration. It was a friend of mine, and my friend and I were in the elevator, and he came onto the elevator, and I recognized him, but I wasn't sure if it was him. And so we were, talking in the elevator, and he made a funny, not so funny joke about Governor DeSantis, and neither one of us laughed. And so he could see that, we were a tough crowd. And then as we got off the elevator, somebody called him over, senator or representative, and they said his name, and I said, "Oh my God, that's him. That's my representative." And so I went over and I introduced myself, letting him know that I am a constituent of his in our district. So just another side note.
In District 41. My district is basically a box. Highway 50 on the north, Orange Blossom Trail on the east, Sand Lake Road on the south, and the Turnpike on the west, going all the way out to Gulf Central Hospital. So I'm just glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Representative.
Thank you so much, Chair. We're on a little island over here. My name is Ana Villas-Camani. I am proud to serve District 42 in the Florida State Legislature, and I first just want to say welcome to District 42. We're very excited to have you here. Other parts of the district include the greater city of Orlando, Winter Park, Belle Isle, Edgewood, and the new parts of my district are the city of Maitland and the historic town of Eatonville. So we're very proud and honored to serve,
too.
and I thank the chair for your leadership today, and looking forward to hearing what is top of mind for all of our constituents as we go back to Tallahassee to do the people's work.
Thank you.
Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Representative Rita Harris. I represent District 44, which is South Orange County, encompasses great neighborhoods like Lake Nona, South Chase Meadowwoods, Taft, Dr. Phillips, Hunters Creek. Also very honored to serve the airport, Universal, SeaWorld, Icon Park, the iDrive area, and Gatorland. So we have a lot of fun in our district. Our district is very dynamic and diverse, and I feel very humble to be the voice of that district. We just got our office open, and we're getting it all ready for constituents. And I hope to accomplish, educating and empowering the constituents and working hard. I believe in a good education system as well, access to healthcare and all that good stuff. So very honored to be here, and thank you all for being here too.
Good morning, Madam Chair. Let me say in my second stint as a member of the Florida House, I am going to miss your history lessons that you always gave us up there. They're wonderful, so I will have to get some time with you to do that. My name is Fred Hawkins, District 35. My district starts in the south from the large population big city of Yeehaw Junction and moves north to Kenansville and Holopal, an area I served 12 years as a county commissioner. It's kind of odd to be on this dais after serving in Osceola for so long. Then I take in Lake Nona, south of the 417, Avalon Park, Wedgefield, Bithelo, and Christmas. So I think 70% of my new district is Orange County, but happy to be here, happy to serve, look forward to hearing from everybody today. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is LaVon Bracy Davis. Martin Luther King said everybody can be great because everybody can serve. So I am excited to serve, and I am excited for the greatness that will come out of this delegation and the legislative process. I represent very proudly House District 40, which is Pine Hills, Ocoee, Lockhart, Edgewater, College Park, Rosemont. Thankful for the opportunity to serve my constituents. I am an arts advocate and a licensed bar attorney. And just thankful for this opportunity. My staff is here with me. If you would please stand, Riley Gay and Rashawn Young. If you have any questions as it relates to House District 40, please see them. And it's just an honor to be here. Thank you so much.
Just lean in. Thank you. I can do that. Linda Stewart, and I'm in the new District 17.
Quick side note, Linda Stewart, during the election cycle, Steve Dixon, I worked for Steve, who ran against Linda Stewart for that seat. She was an incumbent coming in. Well, she was an incumbent already there. She'd been there like who knows how long, many years. In any event, we did not win, and we did good job though. We had 44% of the vote, which was a big deal. But I just wanted to say I had to study her and her politics and her social medias and all of these things to see who and what she really was. And do I wish that Steve Dixon had really taken that seat, because he would have been a much better representative for District 17. So, quick side note.
Primarily all of Orange County, except for the west side. I have picked up Lake Nona. I had to give Senator Broder Winter Park.
Lucky.
Yeah, I did. And so I am on 10 committees, so you can tell my time is pretty stretched because they tend to have 2 hours per committee. I hope that's not the case. I'm on the post-secondary education.
Is she complaining about her job? Is that what she just did? Steve Dixon would be happy to relieve you, my dear.
Vice chair, and I'm also vice chair of the fiscal policy. We'll see a lot of bills this year. Appropriations for agriculture environment, and I'm on appropriations, with transportation, tourism, and economic development, commerce and tourism committee, environment and natural resources.
That's to environment. Did I mention she's a huge climate change advocate?
Judiciary, and I am on the select committee for resiliency, and a new one I got, which was the joint select committee on collective bargaining. So I do want to let you know that my two aides are here also, but I don't see where they are, but I see Travis. Stand up, Travis. We got blue shirts on, so. Travis and Dana, thank you for your help, and certainly to help with the constituents, because they're the first line that gets everybody's phone calls. My issues primarily are the environment, human trafficking, and women's rights. Thank you. Not now.
Thank you very much for having me. My name is State Senator Jason Broder. This is my second tour of duty on the Orange County delegation. Many moons ago, and as a member of the Florida House, I had everything east of Alafaya. So everything that's now Representative Hawkins, Avalon, all the way up to UCF, with Waterford and that entire area. As was mentioned by Senator Stewart, I now have Winter Park. In addition to that, I have all of Seminole County. An interesting tidbit, when you go last, you try and make it fun for everyone, is that the Florida Senate districts all have about 550,000 people in them, which is roughly the population of Wyoming. So you can take that home with you, in case you're wondering. I am currently the chair of Agriculture, Natural Resources, Environment, and General Government Appropriations. So if you like water, if you like trails, if you're a big fan of the wildlife corridor, which we all are, we'll be doing a lot of that this year. One of my priorities, I think if everybody listened to the Senate President talk about, wildlife corridors, basically Central Park down the center of the state, we'll be paving that so that you can walk or bike from Naples to Orlando. And so as folks talk about one of their lifetime goals, maybe being hiking the Appalachian Trail, there will be a time when somebody says, well, I'd like to walk or hike the wildlife corridor in Florida. So that'll be a big goal of ours going forward. My staff is here. I've got all three of mine and the intern, Victoria, Robbie, and Zach, and our intern Brooke is here somewhere. There she is, UCF. And so anything you all need. My office is in Lake Mary, but we are serving on, I think I have 9 committees or 10 somewhere in there as well. And so we're all over all the time. So if anybody needs, just feel free to call or ask. And I think with Senator Torres here, that means I have over 50 years combined service with a lot of the members that are up here. So I look forward to serving you all. Certainly a lot of that comes with Senator Baxley, Senator Thompson, and Senator Torres, but Representative Antone, Representative Escamani, looking down the list here, Representative Hawkins, and Senator Stewart. It gets me to about 52, 54 years of combined service. So we're looking forward to serving, and we're, I think, a pretty good team that has done well together over the years. Thank you.
Thank you. And since Senator Torres has joined us, we'd like to give him an opportunity to introduce himself.
Well, good morning to everyone. I apologize for my tardiness. I was under the impression of a different time, but we made it. I'm here. I'm thankful to be here. This is another session coming up as the session begins, and our committee weeks are beginning now in January, February, leading into March. I look forward to representing Orange County as well as all of Osceola County. It's my honor. This is my last 2 years. I'll have 12 years in the legislature, so it's been interesting, and it brings a lot of the things our constituents are facing every day, and we need to realize that our work never stops and increases every session, every year. I want to say I serve on 7 committees. One of the ones that I'm honored to be on is the Military Veterans of Cyber Security. I'm a veteran, served in the Marine Corps. I'm a retired cop from New York. I served 20 years in law enforcement. I drove a school bus in Marion County, and I drove over here at Lynx for about 9.5 years. So my experience has been about public servant. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a businessman. I come from you, the working class. And this is how I feel about my representation here in the legislature and what I bring to the table. And make no mistake, I'm a fighter. I might be in a minority, but it doesn't stop me from fighting for what I believe in and representing you in the legislature. So thank you again, Madam Chair, for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you very much. As I mentioned, we have about 90 requests to speak, so we will have to be very conscious of the time. And today, assisting us to make sure that we don't go over the 3 minutes that every person will be allotted to speak is my legislative aide, Michael Bryan. Michael, if you'll raise your hand. And also my aide, Anika Hamilton, is with us today. And so we'll begin in terms of the speakers with our county mayor, and we're delighted to welcome Mayor Jerry L. Demings.
All right, good morning, everyone. Let me just officially welcome you here to the chambers of the Board of County Commission. I like to say where the magic is made, but also let me do acknowledge Madam Chair for your leadership with this august body of elected leaders. I do also have to acknowledge Representative Bracy because of that wonderful invocation that she gave. You can tell she's a PK. A preacher's kid. She did just a fantastic
Too bad I couldn't tell. PK.
job this morning. But I'm honored to serve as the Orange County mayor and represent the 1.5 million people who call Orange County home. Over the last 42 years, I've held numerous titles in this community, and I've had the privilege of serving with many of you. So let me just say congratulations to those of you who have been reelected or elected to serve the people of our community. I get to serve with 6 commissioners, and I believe one is here today, Commissioner Moore. I'm not sure if any of our other commissioners have joined, but my chief of staff is here, Ms. Roseanne Harrington. My director of legislative affairs, Ms. Kelly Teague, is here, and then many of you know Mark Jeffries, who's here as well. In terms of some of the key issues for Orange County, let me just say to you that we are struggling. I know some of you, as you trickle in this morning, you encountered traffic as you came into this area. So I still believe that here in Central Florida, managing the tremendous growth that we have, but the challenges that we have centered around traffic is significant. So anything that we can do to work with you to bring dollars to address those issues in our community are really important. Housing is another area that is very, very important to us as we continue to struggle. Also, dealing with issues like mental health related issues and homelessness in our community is significant.
Yeah, he's talking a whole lot of truth there, all under his watch. This homeless thing it's becoming an issue because I'm seeing it. When I drive around town, I see people camped out underneath the bridges. Yeah, it's happening. I'm seeing it, and I'm so afraid. I'm thinking, oh my God, are we gonna turn into California if Jerry Demings doesn't start to crack the whip and figure out how he's gonna control this thing? So yeah, that's a very, very real situation, and I'm seeing it.
In the last session, $19.8 million, I believe, was approved by the state for our central receiving center here within Orange County, where we divert individuals who are mentally ill or who have substance disorders or behavior disorders away from being incarcerated, and we treat them in this community. And that public policy strategy has allowed us to reduce crime over time, to reduce recidivism. And so we ask that if there's anything that you can do to assist us in continuing to get funding in that regard, we would appreciate it. And then
what about the funding you already have? What are you doing with that? And then you talk about the housing situation. Somebody else is going to speak on that, that the county or Orange County has homes that can be put to work. They're sitting around vacant. They can be fixed and people can go into those homes. So what about those homes? That's going to alleviate things. That's going to, make things better as far as the homeless situation goes. So why do you have vacant homes sitting around with nobody living in them and you have people camped out underneath the bridges?
The last thing that I would talk about is as we move forward, it is important for us to make certain that we do have representation. And as we, at the local level, have to make some decisions, the protection of home rule is very, very important to those of us who have to serve at the local level. When I look at this body of elected officials, many of you have worn various hats at different times. You've served at the local level. You understand what it is that I'm talking about. Sometimes I like to say we play musical chairs. We change positions, but we don't change the focus. And
yeah, you change positions. You change you change positions, but your politics still remains the same. So you're just moving one another from this one to that one to that one to this one, and it's business all day. It's the same people, same thing happening. Just different chairs, different positions, but same person, same mindset. That's what's happening at the local level. They get their people in. That's how it happens.
The passion that we have in life. So again, on behalf of our entire team here within Orange County, thank you for giving me the opportunity to just welcome you here to these chambers. We will be in Tallahassee. We have an Orange County Day, I believe it's February the 8th, and so we are making provisions to meet with as many of you as we possibly can. Myself and the members of the Board of County Commission will be there. Thank you very much, and we hope that you have great work during this time that you will spend here, and we'll be in touch. God bless.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We'll hear from the second largest city in Orange County, Mayor Brian Nelson, who started with me on my first term in the Florida House.
Yes, thank you, Delegation, for having us. Three quick projects. I know you've got a long day ahead of you. All three of them are regional, which means they help not only the city of Apopka, but either Orange County and or Lake and Seminole counties. The first one is the Apopka-Wekiwa Springs Aquifer Recharge and Flood Protection. We're looking for some money to help us take water off Border Lake, which has flooded over the last couple of years, onto 436, onto Wekiwa Springs Road, to take that water all the way to our processing plant on Cleveland, turn that into reclaimed water so that we can put it out to the constituents, saving groundwater from irrigation. So a great way to not only take dirty water and water that could flood our homes, turn it into good reclaimed water that will help benefit all of us. The second project is a Cleveland Street affordable housing project. We've got some property we'd like to develop into 103 units. Some of those will be for senior housing as well as affordable housing. And so we'd love to see if you could help us with that funding. And then
Should get with Jerry Demings on that. Bring the two mayors together to figure it out. Hey, it's working, but again, they're both asking for money.
third project, which is a regional project not only for Lake, Orange, and Seminole County, is to complete the trail from Clearmont all the way to Sanford. So there's a gap in there from Lester Road over to the Neighborhood Lakes trailhead in Lake County. If we can complete that little gap there, we will have that complete trail. So think about it, over 100 miles of trails that we will have completed. We also want to make sure that we get the trail that's around Lake Apopka, which is an amazing trail. We complete that trail as well. So looking for your help on those three projects, and thank you for what you do, and look forward to a great session.
Okay, so that was the introduction to all of the delegates, and I'm going to stop this video at this point because it's already 40 minutes, and we're gonna go into a second part to do the speakers, the public speakers. And so I was glad that Jerry Demings and this mayor was there because they started it off by begging for money for their causes. And so that just kind of continued on with everyone on their side. So we're gonna end this video here. So please join me in the second part of this video, and you will be able to see me speak, and you'll also be able to see other people speak and my take on the things that they were talking about. So I will see you in that video. You better go and watch it now, and we've got some souls to save.